When the girl walked in, he had her crawl on the floor towards me, and he said, "This is my pet. I trained her."
I've tried for weeks to speak to one of his former girlfriends to find out if any of the allegations are true. Finally, I've tracked one of them down. In 2011, Kitty Jones began a 2-year relationship with R. Kelly.
What is R. Kelly like?
He's a narcissist. He's very abusive, physically, mentally, verbally. I think he gets some sort of satisfaction within himself knowing that he's taking control over other people by, physical abuse, mental, verbal, sexual.
When you say abusive, how?
It depends on the day. Maybe I would go without eating for a couple days as punishment. Also being slapped and beaten, kicked.
When you first moved in with him, did he come up to you and say, look, there's some house rules?
He would say, not to wear that. Have on your sweatpants, go change your clothes, because that was my wardrobe, sweatpants. Loose, where they're, this will get me probably slapped, because it's fitted.
Honestly?
Yeah. Not to wear that type of shit, stuff like that. Later, when I was introduced to one of the girls that he told me he trained, and since she was 14, those were his words. I saw that she was dressed like me, that she was saying the things that I would say, and her mannerisms were like mine. That's when it clicked in my head that he had been grooming me to become one of his pets, that he calls them his pets.
What was the first time that he said, I want to have sex with you, and I also want this other woman to be here and for you to do things with her?
He texted me, I was in my designated room, and he said, come to daddy. And I went in, and then he was already like nude from the waist down and masturbating. And then, he proceeded to tell me, to undress. And then I sat in the chair and he started recording me. He would record everything that we did at this point. And then that's when the girl walked in. He had her crawl on the floor towards me and perform oral sex on me. And he said, "This is my fucking pet. I trained her. She's gonna teach you how to be with me."
Oh my God.
Yes.
How many times do you think he forced you to have sex with people you didn't want to have sex with?
I would say more than 10. Yeah.
It genuinely sounds like you're describing some kind of sex dungeon. You know what I mean? You can't leave your room. You're forced to have sex with him and other people.
It was.
Could you have said no?
I had just became so numb to my circumstances and my surroundings. I had to pick, like, okay, am I going to get beat this day or not have my phone, or am I going to go without food for 2 to 3 days?
Why do you think he's like this?
I just think he's a predator. Like, he's still doing it because people make us feel bad for coming forward. So it gave him legs. It made him more arrogant. It makes you feel like as a Black woman, your voice doesn't matter. There's this unspoken thing in the Black community that we don't like to take our Black men down that have power.
Have you spoken to him since you left?
Yes. He was actually coming to Dallas. And I was like, okay, maybe he's moved on. He's not being mean to me. Everything's fine. So I proceeded to meet up with him, and he beat me on his bus. That was the last time I saw him face-to-face, was November of 2013. Told me that I wasn't getting my shit back. Yeah.
All right, see you later. Thank you very much. It was quite shocking speaking to Kitty. I've been hearing stuff about R. Kelly for quite a long time, but with her, it just took it to a whole nother level.
Kitty has written a book about her relationship with R. Kelly. He has denied her accusations, claiming they're false, ill-motivated and defamatory.